first part of my transition was recognizing the situation that I was in and deciding to do something different for myself. So that, I think, was the beginning of my self-love exploration. And it has been a wonderful journey through love of others. I found love for myself and learned how to care for myself. So I was in an abusive marriage for 13 years and was subjected to all manners of abuse, physical, mental, sexual, emotional, and I got to an awakening where I realized that that's not what I wanted for myself or wanted for my children anymore, and I made the decision to leave. It was extremely difficult because I was afraid of what was going to be on the other side.
The unknown.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had a life that I was accustomed to, and I had 3 children that I had to support on my own.
Well, congratulations on making that move.
Thank you.
What kind of challenges did you encounter after you made that decision?
Finding a job that could support me and all 3 of my children, and we could live comfortably. Although I was college educated and had experience doing running multiple businesses on my own, I then needed something that was consistent and offered benefits and support for us in totality.
Sure.
So that was a challenge. Finding housing, finding a support system, people that could understand what I was going through and the emotional ups and downs of mourning the loss of the family that I wanted and being out there on my own. I had people that came into my life, friends that were supportive that had similar situations. I also went to support groups. I had family members that were somewhat supportive, but I found that family were kind of hands-off because of the realities of the situation. It was kind of harder for them to connect with me. I did have church support. At the time I was very involved in a church community, so that was good for me also. And then just spiritual support from the different people who have come in and out of my life from different walks of life and different belief systems.
It seems like you've been through at least 3 major transitions as you tell this story. The first was being the survivor of abuse. The second one was figuring out life as a single mom, right? How to make ends meet, how to make everything work for you. And the third then was kind of an emotional or a spiritual awakening.
Yes.
Yeah, so those are 3 big ones.
Yes.
And if you weave those 3 together, right, you've changed a whole bunch. How would you say you've changed the most?
I think that I see things from a broader perspective than I did before. There was a period of time that I would say things like, oh, I would never do that, or I would never get myself into that situation. And when you are forced into situations that are unexpected, you realize that there are a lot of unexpected things that you can, find yourself in the midst of. So being more understanding and more compassionate and less judgmental of just life experiences in general.
I know that you know a little bit about resources to help single moms in this area. You say something about other support groups?
Like the SMILE program, the Single Moms Intentional Living Endowment, offers support in the Ann Arbor, Toledo, and Detroit areas for single moms and their children that are going through transition, because single mothers don't have the support system that they need. They're not partnered with someone who helps them on a day-to-day basis, and so they're often left without resources and left without support.
Great program. Thank you for bringing it up. Hillary, if you could go back, right, back to before, you split from your ex-husband, and, think back to how challenging that was and how dark a place that was for you. If you could go back and whisper in the ear of that younger version of Hillary, what would you tell her?
I would tell her that everything's going to be okay, that the hardest part was making the first step, and that everything after that, all of my needs would be supplied as long as I continued to move forward and live in the light.